Hi, I am Lisa Lynett, the horticulturalist at Elmcrest Country Club, and we thought it would be fun on a cold winter's day to give you guys a glimpse inside the Elmcrest greenhouse. Everything's growing, it's coming along. We're almost full. There's still a few spaces on the benches, but they will be full probably in the next 2 weeks when I pot everything up. So earlier this fall, probably September, October, November, before frost, we took cuttings. And right over here is our mist bench, and we root those cuttings on the mist bench, and I did a previous video showing sort of how we do that. So all along this winter, we've been potting stuff up, growing it on to get a plantable plant for the spring. So I just thought it would be cool to show you guys sort of what that looks like after you take the cutting, maybe 2 to 3 weeks later, what you've got, depending on the plant. Some are faster than others, but this is a little petunia, and you can see the little roots have started to come out like that. These guys are perfect to pot up. They're like the perfect size roots. Some of them are a little spindly, but they'll do fine once they get in their pot. And so what I do is, this is sort of my, and we went over this too, this is my rooting media, so you can see all the vermiculite in there. And then when I pot up, I use a medium which has a lot more soil in it, so it's not, doesn't dry out as fast. So what I do is, I just take these little cuttings with their little roots, I fill up my pot, poke a little hole in there, set that down in there, and give it a little push so it stays sort of down in there and nice. When I water it, it doesn't wobble back and forth because it has that little push on the roots. So that's all I've been doing this winter is rooting these guys, potting them up, and growing them on for the spring for the beds outside. So I probably have maybe 100 to 200 more cuttings that I need to grow of certain varieties. So like this morning I took more cuttings of Cleome, and I would say it'll be 3 weeks before they're ready to pot up. And then I will use the mist bench for more space for once they're potted up to grow things on. Just started seeds, which is a good time, beginning of February, end of January, to do my grass seeds. Some really cool ornamental grasses that I collected seed off of. And then much later, probably end of April, middle of April, we'll do sunflowers, zinnias, any of those seeds that pop really fast for the beds. And then we also will pot up cannas and try to grow them get them about 1.5 feet high before we go out to plant second week of May. And they go underneath the benches because that's the last remaining space in the greenhouse. So that's what's going on in the greenhouse.